This is Matt for In2 Boxing. Delighted to be joined once again by Spencer Oliver. Spencer, another huge fight week, undisputed. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall, big fight at the Hydro. Talk to me about it.
Listen, massive fight, undisputed super lightweight championship. I think, a little bit of history here. Catterall's up for it. He is. He's really up for it. I mean, Josh Taylor will start a big favourite, but Catterall's unproven at this level, and so we don't really know how good he is. We don't know if he can make those adjustments. Jamie Moore is, supremely confident. They think that they've got the beating of Taylor, but Taylor, for me, is pound for pound in the top 3 or 4 in the world. So, he's proven at this level. He's proven it. He can take it into the trenches. He can box at long range. Do you know what I'm saying? He's good. He steps back, both southpaws. He steps back and drives left, crosses through the middle. He's got it all, Taylor. Catterall looks good, but we've not seen him at this level, so it's going to be interesting.
We always talk about levels, especially when it's a mandatory challenger or something like that, but every mandatory challenger, everyone has to have that point where they have to have the chance. I mean, Josh Taylor had it where he had that step up. He fought, I suppose, a Regis Prograis, Apostol, etc., Ramirez. Nobody knows until they have that step, so this is his chance. But do you think a lot of, not that maybe the boxing world, but some people from the outside are sleeping on Jack? Because he's played it blinder, I think, this week.
Oh, absolutely.
Shorty.
No, bro, absolutely, yeah. I don't know what happened there. Geezer to start, obviously never seen the camera. I know. Anyway, yeah, no, look, of course they are, because this is, you're right. In history, there's got to be a guy that's always a huge underdog. Yeah, there's got to be a guy that's always a huge underdog. So, yeah. I've lost my head now, if I'm totally honest. There's fucking people going on everywhere.
We talk about underdogs.
Yeah.
Talking an underdog, but are people overlooking him massively?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that it's not being overlooked, but he's played the right thing because he's kept nice and cool. He's not been, drawn into any sort of slanging matches or anything like that. He's just sticking to his game plan. The whole team have done a good job. They've done well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Seeing what Jack can bring to the table, because I think there's more. If you look through his record, and O'Hara Davis is probably the best win, but he was controlling that fight, controlling it how he was. Taylor won't allow him to control it, so we're going to see what he's like when he's taken into the trenches, and he might deliver. He's a good fighter, Catterall, he is.
I think it's an excellent main event. Right, let's just talk quick review about last week, so I know we're about to get kicked off here. Amir Khan, Kell Brook. It went sort of the way of Kell Brook. Kell looked big, physical, strong. He looked like the old Kell Brook in there, and Amir, unfortunately, didn't look like the old Amir, but it went the way it went. What do you expect to happen next in terms of Kell Brook's career and obviously Amir?
Who knows? I mean, I personally would like to see Kell retire at the top, like fighters do, and I think he could go out, he's won that bragging rights, and that would have scarred Kell had he not won that fight. I thought he boxed unbelievably well. Yes, you're right, Amir Khan weren't nearly a patch on what he was, but that's taking nothing away from Kell's performance. I think he sort of dominated from the opening bell. I'd like to see him retire, but will he retire? I don't think so. I think there's still big fights out there for it, but I just wouldn't like to see that.
It looks like he's got a little bit left in the tank there, though. I know it was against Amir, but it looks, when you look and talk about the likes of Conor Benn, maybe 7 up to 149 to have a fight at catch weight. I mean, it'd be a good fight, but will that give him the same buzz and drive as an Amir Khan? That's the problem.
No, I think that was the pinnacle there, for both guys at this stage of their career, was to have that fight and then they both go out, win or lose. So that's a fight that everyone wanted to see and was in the making for the best part of 10 years. But it probably will continue, because I think this fight's like Chris Eubank Jr. or Conor Benn. But like I say, I'd like to see him retire.
You give him how do you fancy his chances if he stepped up to 160 against Eubank?
Tough to call, if I'm honest. 160, I think if that fight was going to happen, it would only happen if it was made at 155. It wouldn't happen at 160. So 155 is interesting, because will Eubank be strong? I'm not
skill
sure.
For skill.
Absolutely. Good fight.
Spencer, look, we're going to wrap this up now because I'm going to get my ass kicked by security. Appreciate your time. We'll catch up again later on.
Nice one, cheers.